We talk a lot about midlife because there's so many big shifts in midlife when it comes to hormones and cortisol and so many things. Women are shifting all the time.
Hmm.
And because of that, our bodies are shifting all the time, right? You go from teenage, or even preteen to puberty, you look different. How can women consistently through every shift? How can I tell my daughter? How can I tell a young woman in her 20s?
Mm.
How can I tell somebody who's postpartum who's like, oh, I have to get in the gym right away? How do we help women safely navigate shifts that are natural? Is there something they can latch onto,
Mm.
you know, to start to foster this body confidence and start to
Mm.
reach into this toolbox a little bit more,
Yeah, I think
you know?
it's so deep and so deeply connected to, unfortunately, as women in the society, like so much of our said value is attached to what we look like. And I
Yeah.
think it starts from when we're, kids.
Little,
And
right.
it's interesting. I have two daughters, and like the difference on sometimes how I see people talk to my daughters versus little boys, it's always about the appearance.
Interesting. She's
And
so
so,
pretty.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so I think, gosh, it's such a nuanced conversation, but really, how can we have a little more body neutrality
I like
and
that.
and
Yeah.
not be so fixated and understand that our whole value isn't based on this.
Mm.
There's so much, you know, outside of that appearance. And I think, again, it's nuanced, but like, how can we work towards body neutrality? And then also just, again, going back to how powerful our thoughts are and having ownership of those thoughts and laying down the law. I'm someone, again, who struggled with that in my early 20s, but
Me
it
too.
still creeps in, and if it creeps in, I'm like, shut the F up. I'm not listening to that conversation. I
Mm.
talk back to that voice, and I think you have to get to
It's
that
like a
point where,
skill.
yeah, it's a skill and something you got to work on.